Hi everyone, this is Anna from Wickedly Woolly, and today we're going to look at the Kitchener stitch. The Kitchener stitch is a great way of grafting stitches together so they look like they have been seamlessly knitted. For example, you can see here on my Feathery mittens here how it looks like the stitches just go on and on. I'm sorry, there's a cat in this video. Excuse us. It's a lovely stitch to use at the end of things like mittens and socks and stuff like this, because it gives like really nice finish to it. So now I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's really quite simple, but you kind of want to concentrate while you do it, as it's easy to miss a step. Okay, now we really have a cat in this video. I'm going to just move him over. Sorry, move over a little bit. So when you get to the piece, end of the piece that you're working on, like this, finished the pattern, you want to cut the working yarn, but leave a decent tail, around 30 centimeters or 12 inches for something like these mittens. And this is the yarn that we're going to use to sew the stitches, because yes, this involves some sewing rather than knitting. Isn't that fun? So you want to make sure you have half your stitches on one needle and half your stitches on another needle. And if you're working with magic loop, as I am, you will already be set up for this. Otherwise, you'll want to rearrange your stitches so it looks like this. And you want to get your stitches like to the ends of the needles where you can work them easily, and hold the needles parallel like this. So you have one front needle, which is closest to you, and one back needle. Okay, so then all we want to do, so we want to thread our working yarn here on a tapestry needle like so, and you want to make sure that you have your yarn underneath the needles at all time. So from here on, the stitching begins, and as mentioned, it's done in 4 steps. So the first step, you go into the first stitch on the front needle, the needle closest to you, as if to knit, so in like that, and then you pull that stitch off the needle. Then you go into the next stitch on the front needle, the needle closest to you, but this time as if to purl, so in like that, but this time you leave the stitch on the needle. So those are the first 2, both on the front needle. Now we want to move to the back needle, and now you go in to the first stitch on the back needle as if to purl. Make sure you got the yarn under, and then you pull this stitch off the needle. You go into the second one on the back as if to knit, and you leave that one on the needle. So basically it's knit, pull stitch off, purl, leave on. Purl, pull a stitch off, knit, leave stitch on. So I'm going to show you one more time. So first, front needle, needle in as if to knit, pull it off, make sure you tighten the yarn between. This purl into the second one, or sew in as if to purl on the second one, and leave that stitch on the needle. And then we move to the back, and then you do in through the first stitch on the back needle as if to purl, and then we slip that stitch off, and then into the second stitch as if to knit, and we leave that stitch on. And then you just repeat these steps until you run out of stitches, basically. And when you're all done, you pull the yarn through to the inside and fasten and weave in the end, and you're done. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, or feel free to contact me on Instagram or Ravelry, where I'm also known as Wickedly Woolly. Bye.